It's 8:30 p.m. and it can only mean one thing. It's time for Keeping It Real with me, your host with the most, Ashif. The special guest here today. Hey, come. Gotta hold my camera. Come on. Say hello. Give me a kiss. Said give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Good girl. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Here. Good girl. Little guest. She's feeling a little bit back to her normal self. So thank you for everybody who's wished Suki, the calico cat, well. She is finally back to normal, as you can see. Can't keep moving, can't keep still, up and down, all around, and back to normal. Yeah, baby, you're okay. If you want to sit here, you can. I do apologize with the tail being in the way. And go on, kiss, one more. Look at that, what a cutie pie. But hey guys, we're back with another episode. Yes, the hair is looking a bit curly and a bit funky, but I've had a bit of a shave. I've trimmed my sideburns a little bit, but it still looks like I've ended up with a perm. I'm gonna have to hold the camera for most of this one, only because if Suki gets up to her usual antics, then this will be going all over the place. She's gone hibernating somewhere now. But anyway, what a week it's been. The start to the 4th month of the year. We're now in April. Can you believe it? 3 months out of 12 have already gone. We're now in the first week of April. We've started a new month, a new weekend, and you know what? For most parts of the country, we've had some decent weather, but it's been getting a little bit chilly in the evening. But like I said, I've been saying it the last couple of weeks, this year might mirror last year, maybe in more than one way. And lockdown, quarantine is coming to an end, but then furlough's being extended. Again, all I'm going to say, and it's easy to say because we're all in different situations, do the best that you can, with the best that you can. Whichever, however, whatever, just do what you can, because I've got cat hair in my mouth. There we go, it's come out now. Just do the best that you can. It's been a crazy year, and it wouldn't surprise me if this is another funky 12 months. Businesses, personally, financially, emotionally, in all which way possible. But you just got to go with the flow. I've got a little bit of an agenda that I'm going to go through today, and looking at, we've got the Easter weekend. Hopefully people won't mass gather too much. Again, some people are in the school of thought that COVID don't really happen, or it don't really work, it's man-made, it's this, it's that. Listen, in a nutshell, here's a simple way to look at it, or a way to look at it. COVID is the new killer flu. Some people get hit hard, some people get hit light, some people don't even have any symptoms, some people are carriers, and we're all different. At the end of the day, if you look at a regular flu, there could be 10 people in a room and 10 people get the flu, and one person's affected really badly, everybody else recovers fairly quickly, so it's different for everybody. But thanks to everybody that joins in, and thanks to everybody that watches later on. What else is next on the agenda? Yeah, it's coming up to Easter. It is Easter weekend. Fasting will be starting in about 10 days time, or less than that. I don't even know what date we're on today. What is it, the 2nd, the 3rd, whatever it is, excuse me, ear block. Gyms will be opening soon, so I'm sure lots of people are looking forward to that. And again, don't run till you can walk, meaning, yes, absolutely, potentially go to the gym every day, but don't overdo it every day. Bear in mind, if you've not been training or not been using as much exercise as you would have in the past, it's going to take a little bit of time to catch up to where you were, but in no time you will be, and you might even surpass it. So just enjoy it. Enjoy the time, still stay clean, sanitize, not too many hugs and all that kind of stuff. Just kind of stick in your own area, whether you feel super immune or not. I know lots of people that have been affected by COVID, and it's not a joke. Whether you believe it, you don't believe it, it's man-made, it's not man-made, whichever way you want to think about it, COVID is part of this generation, and it's going to have effects for years to come. We're already over 1 year into it, and we're still having issues. So at the end of the day, you got to stay safe, you got to do what you got to do. Come on then, you're coming back, come and say hello. Look at that, as if by magic. She just wants loads of attention and cuddles. She's not been well the last couple of weeks, So thank you to everybody. Say hi to the camera. There it is. Look, you can see yourself here. Look, magic. Don't knock it over. She knows what it is. She does this all the time. Whenever I'm filming something or doing a rehearsal or doing an audition, which there have been a lot of our auditions via Zoom, I'll fill you in on those. Should I get cast, I will be able to let you know when the announcements are made. And if I'm not cast, then I'll still let you know, because it's an experience to share with you guys. And that's one of the things I want to talk about on the agenda today, is drama, performing arts, filming, feature films and projects. I'm going to try and summarize this in a simple way as I can. But if you go to the back end of last year, we were kind of in a lockdown. In the beginning of January, we were in a lockdown. The idea was me, and there was a couple of other people involved in the project. We were going to hire a facility and we were going to open it to initially to 18 plus. And then we'd be having like an under 18s sessions available. And basically it was a block of 8 to 10 weeks of drama, theatre and acting workshops, where every week, you know, first of all, it's confidence buildings, it's coming out of your shell, it's walking the walk, talking the talk, walking the talk and talking the walk, all that kind of stuff. And it was going to be improvisation, devised improvisation, script work, unscripted work, facial expressions, body gestures, facial gestures, all these different types of things, you know, dance actions, all this kind of stuff, just to equip people with the tools that they need should they want to get into the world of acting, and give them an idea of what it's like to be an extra / what it's like to be a supporting extra, what to expect, how it works, the timescales, what a shooting day looks like. I mean, if anybody's been in and around Bolton this week, Peaky Blinders was filmed in Bolton, and I think people were waiting there for hours, and it looked like, you know, the assumption was, I think people were hanging around there thinking, oh, I'm bound to see Cillian Murphy, I'm bound to see an actor in the next few minutes. I had some fantastic people there, bumped into a lot of ex-students who were in the GCSE year, and now they're in, come on, and now they're in college, which is fantastic to see. And I was just trying to explain to people that when a scene is being filmed, they're setting up the shot. So they're probably going to start off with a wide. So for example, I'll give the Peaky Blinders example. There was a guy with a briefcase walking across the road, like roughly from Albert Halls to where the old courts were. And basically it was just walking across like that, okay? There'd be a wide shot. They'd reset the cameras and everything. There'd be a bit of a close-up. Reset everything, and then there might be an over the shoulder or maybe a panning shot that comes across, or one from high up. Now all those bits of filming might take 3-4 hours, and when you watch it on TV, it's literally 2 minutes of footage, if that. At the end of this project that I was going to do, after the 8 to 10 weeks, basically what had happened is we'd be filming some certain scenes and monologues together, individual, pair work, as a group work. People would be able to have that for their show reel, and people would have images for their portfolio, etc. And everybody would be invited back to carry on to the next block of 8 to 10 weeks. And certain people who, you know, who show dedication, commitment, and perform really well would be able to audition for a part on one of the featured projects. Now, I'm going to try and simplify this, otherwise I could talk about this all night. There's 2 feature projects. One's more of a comedy, more of a story where people can relate to mental health, people sharing their stories, etc. That was one. And the other project is a nitty-gritty drama that is based on mixed race relationship, gangs, violence, you know, living on estates, drugs, living on the breadline, coming from a family with a single parent family, friends, enemies, drug deals, a little bit, I don't know what I could compare it to, but basically it's a project that, you know, interracial relationships, family problems, drug problems, money problems, everything that people can relate to, lockdown or not. And that is more of a serious drama. And pre-lockdown, we were potentially getting some funds to film that. And what I mean by that is, should I have enough funds, then everybody who's part of that project can get paid accordingly and get paid the right amount. When there's no funds available, or a commissioning editor or whoever it is, production house hasn't plowed the money in, then basically the investor or the main person, i.e. me, would have to invest all that money and time in. Now the issue with me is not actually the finances, it's actually time. So either way, whichever one of these projects, whether it's going to be the comedy or whether it's going to be the drama, time is a key issue. And what I've found is to get a lot of good quality people together. I'm not just talking actors, actresses, I'm talking makeup artists, I'm talking cameraman, director, sound guy or sound girl, all these type of things. It's a big commitment, and it's very challenging to get everybody together at the right time, at the right place. So ideally, we're looking at potentially filming every Sunday in, on and around Bolton. But seeing as the drama, theatre and actor workshops haven't gone forward, it looks like potentially we'll have a couple of meetings post-COVID, and then we'll do a casting session, and then we'll give people roles, etc. And then at least start filming key scenes and film a trailer. And if you know me, once I get the ball rolling, jobs are good. But for now, you know, if anybody is interested, there are a few people that have shown an interest, drop me a message. It's not going to happen overnight. And more so, there's two factors why it's not going to happen straight away. One, COVID restrictions, and two, time commitments. I'm working here, there, everywhere. You know, got to pay the bills, got to make a few quid, got to try and enjoy life, if you want to call it that. So, yeah, ideally, filming Saturday, Sunday. Worst case scenario, film just every Sunday. At the end of the day, if you say every Sunday is worth 4%, then within 5 weeks we've filmed 20% of what we want. You know, within 5 weeks, you know, we've filmed 20% of what we want. Within 10 weeks, we've filmed 50%. We've filmed half of what we want. And within 15 weeks, you know, and we keep getting there. And 20 weeks sounds like a long time, but I just think 3 to 6 months sounds like a long time. But if I tell you, can you commit 6 to 8 hours of your time every Sunday for the next 10 Sundays, you'll probably be able to do it. If not, you'll be able to do at least 4 or 5. Again, it depends. But moving on to the next part of the agenda today, it is the hot topic of the week since last Sunday. It's Meet the Cans with Amir Khan and Faryal Makdoom. Hello again. Give me love. It's one of those, if we're going to talk about TV shows and all that kind of stuff, if you want to talk about something similar that was on, and I feel so bad for saying this, but Jean-Claude Van Damme Behind Closed Doors is 10 years old. That program is essentially like Meet the Cans, but all about Jean-Claude Van Damme, his wife, traveling, filming, acting, and this was all filmed before he appeared in The Expendables 2, which was his first cinema release after like 5-10 years. But yeah, a lot of people have been talking about it. I've had a few people drop me messages as well, like, oh, why you not in it? And they were filming in the gym and all that kind of stuff. I've not been at his gym for over a year, to be honest. Hello, what are you looking for? She's a proper handful, this one. I've not been at the gym for a while. I've been doing other things, and I've been busy with my own work and family commitments and all that kind of stuff. And to be honest, I did bump into him while they were filming it last year. And I'll be honest with you. Hello, you're going back in front of the camera. I'll be honest with you. I didn't really have much time or a chance to go down there. But even if I did, I don't know, I probably wouldn't. I'm like busy doing my own stuff as well. You know, known him for a long time, good friends and all that kind of stuff. Never really fallen out with him. You know, so far the show has shown Amir at home. They've shown them traveling to Dubai, what they get up to at home. what they get up to traveling. And it's a nice balance, but I'll be honest with you, I'm probably up to episode 5. I think the first episode was a really good introduction into the couple, what they do, what they're all about. Don't know what this cat's doing, but all you can see is the tail. Really good introduction to the show. Kind of well filmed, and what I mean by that is each episode is about 27 minutes long. Now, if you take away the intro, which is about 2 minutes long, if you take away the intro, which is about 2 minutes long, the exit credits, which is about a minute, 2 minutes, call that 3-4 minutes, all the cutaways and the wide sceneries of Bolton, New York, Dubai, the gym and all that, that's about a minute or two's worth, so that we're on about 7-8 minutes there. And then you've got all the cutaways like Amir posing, or with Amir, or the hair or the clothes and all that kind of stuff. You know, each one of those is what, 10-20 seconds. So essentially you've got a 27-minute episode. Take about 10 minutes out for all the promos and all that kind of stuff, and it's only about 15 minutes worth of content, which is why it's such an easy watch, because it's enough to grab your attention. And then even if you don't like the episode, or you don't like what you're seeing, it's not long enough for you to get mega irritated, but it's long enough for you to want to watch the end to see it next time on Meet the Cans and find out what's happening next time. I mean, in a nutshell, I'm not going to do a big review of it because I've not watched the last couple of episodes. But I think the first episode was a good introduction, where it was well filmed. Good introduction, like if you don't know him or you did know him, good introduction to Amir, what he's all about, where he's currently at. Introduction to Farial, who she is. That's on one of my notes. I'll come back to this in a second. And then it's a little bit about what's happening behind the scenes. Brilliant plugging and promotion for the wedding hall that's still not finished. I mean, the amount, I think almost every episode they've actually mentioned the wedding hall or gone to the wedding hall, but I'll come to that part in a minute. So Farial and the wedding hall, and then obviously the gym, which I'll come back to last. So I think what people fail to realize is, whether they do or they don't, it's easy to criticize on people on social media. I get criticized on social media, and I'm a flipping like Z-list celebrity. I get it all the time. Oh, well, you used to be on TV. You're not famous. Why are you not rich? Why don't you have a brand new car? If I talk about me for a second, yes, I did a TV show. I did a documentary. I had lots of fun. I made money. I didn't need to have a full-time job for quite a long time. I've been able to do what I want. I've traveled quite a bit. But that's me. That's my life. I'm just like, I've never used social media to show who I am and what I'm all about, only because my kind of work spoke for itself, and people have known me in those in that spider web to connect me to different places, to hosting events, to presenting, to doing commercials, supporting artists, background work. I mean, if I talk in the last couple of years what shows I've been on: Fresh Meat season 1, season 2, the last season of Shameless, Cabbage and Pat on ITV, some work for Manny Met, the Asian Lifestyle Expo, the World Bridal event, the Bolton Bazaar, the Pride of Bolton Awards, the fashion shows, Click Sergeant, Debenham's anniversary event, Tony and Guy's anniversary event. I've done quite a lot. The thing is, with me, what I've noticed at the moment is, if you want to be kind of popular or get more work or be able to get work easily, you need to look big on social media. I've never done that because people have always known me in reality, and I've kind of done events that way. I did one of the last events that was held at Icon, you know what I mean? But going back to Meet the Khans, I think what people forget about Farial is, people know her as Amir Khan's wife. At the end of the day, she got married when she was 21. She had the kids, you know, pretty quick. And essentially, if you take away the spotlight and you take away the fact that she's Amir Khan's wife, let's just say she's a young, attractive businesswoman with kids. She is an individual, and this is me just describing her, okay? She is an individual, a woman who has become a mother at a young age, is a businesswoman, looks after 3 kids, is trying to build an empire, build a business, and she looks after herself and her husband. At the end of the day, yes, sometimes she does say things that are a bit tongue-in-cheek and a bit cringy, and then make you question, well, is she putting it on, or is she actually like that? And to be honest, if it is banter and she's putting it on for the camera, kudos to her, it's brilliant. But there are a few cringe moments. But at the end of the day, she's a young woman. She's about 25, 3 kids, businesswoman, Only has a couple of friends. At the end of the day, you got to remember, she left New York. New York. She left the Big Apple to move into sunny old Bolton, where all we're known for is Warburton's, Baker's, born and bred. So, you know what? Hats off to her. And I think with Amir, yeah, at the end of the day, he's made some mistakes on his own. He's made some silly mistakes, financial, personal, professional, whatever. But at the end of the day, he's a young lad that picked a hobby from 8 years old, smashed it at the Olympics at 17, turned pro by like 18, world champion within a couple of years, multi-millionaire, chilling with the stars from 50 Cent, P. Diddy, Mickey Rourke, Van Damme, Stallone. He's met so many people, he's chilled with so many people, and at the end of the day, for a local lad to become successful at that level and to make that much money and have the right crowd around him and also have sometimes the wrong crowd around him, kudos to him, because he still smashed it. At the end of the day, he was bound to trip, fall, stumble or make a mistake along the way, because at the end of the day, he's human. He's a guy, he's got the cojones, he's going to have impulses at times, whether that's watches, cars, girls, whatever. At the end of the day, it's true what they say. You got good people around you, good things are going to happen. You got bad people around you, bad things are going to happen. You got leeches around you, and they're going to suck you dry. Yeah, they're going to utilize you. And you know what? He's known that. He's figured that out along the years, which is why if you're from Bolton, or you know Amir really well, and I mean by now, Amir being pro like plus 10 years, everybody says they know him, or they're his best friend, they're his neighbor, they're his cousin, they train with him. You know that I'll come back to the gym in a minute, but if you really do know him, you'll have seen how the friend circle around him's changed and it's become a lot smaller, and I think that's really good for him. But the wedding hall, you know, it just needs to get done. Personally, I think it's brilliant. He's got a project manager on there, and yes, that hall could be more than a wedding hall, but if you're going to turn that place into a wedding hall, a restaurant, a diner, food court, shops and this, that, whatnot and the other, you got to remember it's in a built up area. You're going to have cars coming out in and out of there all the time. What time is it going to open? What time is it going to shut? You know, potentially something on the rooftop and all that kind of stuff. I just don't think it's been thought through very well. You know, they can still do something with that. To be honest, I think a mall with a restaurant and maybe a function hall, some type of wedding suite hall, something that can be used for conferences and all that. And I mean, I've got some ideas and some things to throw his way, and I'll have that discussion with him when he comes back, because he has nipped off for a bit of a family break. I spoke to him on Wednesday, whenever the 31st was, and then I've been busy with work and filming and other projects and editing stuff, so, and looking after Suki, the calico cat, who's finally back to normal. Let me grab her. She wants to say hi, but because I've not got enough space to let her sit on my lap, come on, she's like a big baby. There we go. So if I hold her, she might stay like this for a while. Do you want to come on the table? Go on the table then. You can go in front of the camera. You want to sit here? Yeah. Leave my microphone alone. Well, she's probably going to try and climb on my shoulder. She's literally on the left of me. I don't know if you can see her. But, yeah, meet the Khans. So far, so good. Quickly touching on the gym. A lot of people, slash my network, slash friends, slash boxers, slash Greater Manchester Police, Greater Manchester Fire, amateurs, pros, different athletes, footballers, wrestlers, strongmen, have known me partly through Amir Khan Academy, slash what it used to be called was Gloves Gym. What are you doing on the table? Here, come here. Go on the table. It's warmer up here. Here. Do you not like this? Huh? Come on. A lot of people know me through there. So the first time I worked there was back in 2009, and it was a fantastic time. I mean, obviously I was a lot younger, over a decade younger, you know, 10, 11, 12 years younger. I was really over enthusiastic about the gym, training, fitness. I wanted to do it all. Got so many people involved. I mean, at that time, at its peak, I used to be there 6.5 days a week, genuinely. Hashtag no lie. And used to train the amateurs, used to train Great Manchester Police, Great Manchester Fire, used to train some strongmen, used to do some private sessions, had a couple of kickboxers, Thai boxers. People used to travel from Blackburn, Bradford, Manchester. In particular, you know what? There was a guy back in 2009, 2010, really nice guy, really polite guy, and he used to come down once or twice a week. I want to say he was traveling down from Blackburn. I can't remember his name. I lost his number as well, but he was a top guy and he used to come down and he used to help out with the sessions. A brilliant guy. If anybody knows of somebody like that, the only way I can describe him, really polite guy, little bit stocky, Asian guy, beard, short hair, narrows it down, doesn't it? But anyway, I used to be there 6.5 days a week. Amateurs, we had about 25 amateurs. Cardigan, I'd say out of that 25, 6 were really good. I mean, obviously Osman has turned pro. Jack Cartwright got into cage fighting. Ellis Ward got into kickboxing at a world level. Umar Bamji literally traveled the world modeling and doing lots of promo work. So I mean, there has been some fantastic success stories that have come out of that. Not necessarily with them turning pro or anything, but just being successful in life. And then I left there, I think around back end of 2010, beginning of 2011. And then, what are you doing? I was based at the Nightingale Centre, where again, I made a lot of friends, made a lot of associate networking, parents, kids, juniors, adults. And we had good success there with the Chinese boxing, with the kickboxing, grappling, weight training, circuit training, strength and conditioning. And then the building got sold, so I closed up and moved out. And then I thought I'd have a bit of a break from running a club, and I thought I'd just do a little bit of PT. And then Amir got in touch again, I'd say about 2014, and I was there for about a year and a half. And then I left again, and then kind of went back to working in education and doing boxing in the schools, in the colleges, extracurricular activities for the uni, their enrichment. And then I think I went back in 2019, but just for a really short space of time, doing a lot of work with the schools, after school clubs, and like weekend sessions. But again, I think with the gym, it was successful in the past because you had committed people like myself that had enough free time to commit the time to being a coach, running the gym, pulling the people in, etc. And you know, Mo used to be there as well, and we had Dave McDonald, amateur coach. He used to be there as well, and we had a good couple of volunteers that used to help out there. But again, over the years, the amount of people that I have met that have said, I used to train Amir Khan, or I'm Amir's gym trainer, or I do his strength and conditioning, or I run his gym, or I run his amateur class. And I'm thinking, never met you guys in a million years. Or what they'll do, unfortunately, because we live in a world of social media, is they'll come to Amir's gym literally a handful of times, take a million pictures, take a million videos, and then make out as if they're best pals with him, or as if they work there, or as if they've run anything. But you know what? I'm one of them, and I'm not saying this in an arrogant way, but I let my work speak for itself. I don't chase after clients. I don't pump people up. I've put them on the right path. I've got bloody cat hair everywhere. Put them on the right path, and I like to see them be successful both in and out of the ring. So hence, how does this tie into what I was saying at the beginning? One of the couple of things I'm looking at is potentially the drama project, a gym, or a training facility of some kind, or another business. Again, it depends on resources, it depends on time, it depends on money. In an ideal world, I would love to do all three at the same time. But realistically, it'd be maybe one thing and doing it really well, or maybe two things. And when I say two things, it'd probably be the gym/training facility and the drama project. So again, anybody that wants to get involved with that, anybody that wants to be part of it, get in touch, drop me a message. Like I said, it won't be happening anytime soon, but as we're slowly coming out of lockdown, you know, the next day is April 16th. Hello, you coming back? Come on, come on. Woo, she's back. You know, April for the gyms, May there's another opening, and then June, apparently, allegedly, things will be back to normal. And the more they get back to more normal, the more I will be looking to at least get the drama project started. And the reason why I'm calling it a drama project is because all the classes, the 8 to 10 weeks worth of classes where people are learning about improvisation, devised improvisation, body language, facial expressions, voice projection, acting without a voice, acting with a voice, body movement, gestures, scripted work, unscripted work, devised scripted work, monologues, and then final pieces. Again, all this will be catalogued, filmed, photographed, and then people will be able to, at the end of it, take away footage and images for their own portfolio / showreel. On top of that, whether I get funded or not, or whether people put money into the project or not, I am looking to get it subsidized for each person. So ideally, we're looking at up to 30 people per class, but realistically, we're looking at the 15 to 20, just depending on the space and the COVID restrictions. And if I'm not wrong, the cost to each person, what each person will have to pay after the subsidies, is gonna be under £5 a session, / it could even be £1. So I mean, you're gonna spend £10 to get 10 weeks worth of theatre, acting work, theatre work, drama, performing arts, and all that kind of stuff. And you're getting footage to take away with you. And there's a possibility that you might be featured in a feature later on. I don't think you can really complain about that. The gym, well, again, a lot of people have been asking about it. It's right time, right place, right facility, enough space, car parking spaces. And, excuse me, the other one that people have been talking about, my hair care routine and all that kind of stuff. Because yes, I have grown my hair out, got a decent-ish hairline. Sometimes it's curly and it looks like I've permed it. Most of it's black. What I do to look after it, etc. The treatments I've had, etc. I will be sharing that with viewers soon, fully detailed with pictures, images, etc. and a nice video. Excuse me, that's my way of yawning. It's because I went past the point of having a nap. I was actually I had some work on today in retail after a really long time, which was a nice experience, because after working with teenagers for like the best part of 4 years, and then now like working with adults who are spending money, is completely refreshing and nowhere near as stressful, essentially. But yeah, I'll talk about hair care routine, what I use, because the length's actually not too bad now. I mean, it's really curly at the minute, but if I pull a curl out, that's where I'm up till. And yes, it is almost as if I've got a little bit of Afro-Caribbean hair, but my hair is really curly and it looks like I've had a perm. And to be honest with you, you know what's happened with this? I've had a hairband in all day, so it's been like that. I've got a little bit hot and it's just filled up. It's a bit up at the back. Excuse me, but I've just trimmed the sideburns. But essentially, in a nutshell, you know, to summarize, that is keeping it real for today. They have been shorter last week. Usually I do these for an hour, but I've had some guests who have had to postpone for whatever reason. But in a nutshell, stay tuned for drama projects, drama, theatre and acting workshops, potentially a restarting of a gym. Meet the Khans. You can binge the box set on BBC Three on iPlayer. I'm on episode 5. Let me know your thoughts on the show. Or it's on BBC One every Sunday, I think, at night. I mean, in a nutshell, it's filmed well. It's an easy watch. Each episode's about 25 minutes. With actual content, it's only got about 15 minutes of actual content. First episode's really good. A nice balance, good introduction into who, what, why, when, how, about them as individuals, as a couple. Episode 2, 3, I feel like it dropped speed a little bit. It lost its oomph a little bit, but then keeping up back to episode 4 and 5, they're a lot more similar to episode 1. I mean, I think I've got another 3 episodes left. I have done a highlight and review you can check out on my YouTube channel, so please do like, share and subscribe. Follow the YouTube channel and the Instagram, and share with your friends and all that kind of stuff. If you really liked Meet the Khans, I would suggest you check out Jean-Claude Van Damme Behind Closed Doors. The episodes are a little bit longer. You're looking at about the 40-50 minute mark per episode, but it literally shows Van Damme. I mean, you got to remember it was filmed a while ago, but his family life, his training, where he's come from, the struggles, where he's at now, where he spends the most time, struggling for work and then getting work and moving forward. I mean, allegedly he was meant to be having a fight with the Thai boxing champion. Unfortunately, it didn't come to fruition. But at the end of the day, you got to remember our action heroes, our Van Damme, Dolph Lundgren, both in their 60s, Chuck Norris, Arnie, Stallone, 70s, I think Clint Eastwood, 80s. I mean, even Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, I'm sure is in his 40s. Jason Statham, 40s, 50s. So, you know, all our action heroes, all these guys we looked up to and thought, yeah, wow, what a cool life. I mean, they're all getting older. I mean, even we're getting older. I hate to admit it. In my mind and in my heart, I still feel like I'm 21 to 24. But sometimes when I wake up or I've had a bit of a hard day and I'm getting these little bits of thriller, getting all these aches and pains. Ooh. Okay, lost the plot a bit. But when I'm getting these aches and pains, they're telling me that I'm not 24 anymore. And sometimes when I look in the mirror and I look at myself, I'm like, do I look the same or am I starting to look old? But you know what? That's part of life. And we practice daily gratitude. Be thankful, guys. Because while we're taking a breath and some of you are mourning, some people are taking their last breath and they're leaving this world. You know, they're departing. So make each day count. Make each moment count. Make every second count. And if you can't and something bad happens or something spoils your day or somebody spoils your mood, don't let it change you from staying on a positive vibe and absolutely smashing the out of your day, your afternoon, your evening, your night, your week, your month, your year. At the end of the day, we're in the 4th month of the year, which means we've only got 8 months left. We're almost at Ramadan, where, you know, God willing, people will be fasting and you know, prayers, and then following that, you know, people will hopefully, God willing, be able to go and perform the pilgrimage. But guys, do the best that you can, be the best that you can, and spread that positive vibe. I'm just going to check one thing before I disappear. Somebody was going to come on live. They're not here anymore. But again, thank you all for tuning in. This was Keeping It Real with me, Ashif.Ashik. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe on the Instagram, on the IGTV and on the YouTube channel. I think there's a link in my description thing on my Instagram page. If not, it's Keeping It Real with Mr. Ibrahim. Thanks a lot for now. Thanks a lot. That's it for now. That's all, folks. I'm going to have a little bit of a break, play with the cat, look after her, and have a little bit of a bite to eat. But thank you. Love you all. Leave you all for now. Take care. Remember, I do care about you all. And one thing's for sure, and that's nothing's for sure. See you later, guys. Take care. This is me signing out.